Welcome back. President Trump announcing the potential for new sweeping reciprocal tariffs and possibly even more on other goods like cars and pharmaceuticals. The announcement coming after the president imposed 25% tariffs on all foreign steel and aluminum, and still that potential for 25% tariffs targeting Canada and Mexico.
Wisconsin business leaders, of course, watching these developments closely. Kurt Bauer is president and CEO of Wisconsin Manufacturers and Commerce. He joins us now. Hey, Kurt, good to see you.
Good to see you.
We're going to get to your winter survey in a minute and what Wisconsin business leaders are saying. First, I'm curious, what are you hearing first specifically from Wisconsinites when we talk about steel and aluminum tariffs? Is there any immediate impact that you're noticing here in the state?
Well, we have some steel manufacturing, we have some aluminum manufacturing in Wisconsin. They'll probably be winners in this tariff saga that we've got going on. Because, of course, many companies, many industries use steel, and of course, it's going to get a lot more expensive to import it. So I think that the steel and aluminum manufacturers in Wisconsin should probably be winners.
Kurt, your winter survey found 56% of state business leaders oppose tariffs on Canada and Mexico. So what are the biggest concerns here in Wisconsin?
Well, the biggest concern is that Canada and Mexico are our two largest trading partners. We have a positive balance of trade with Canada. We want to continue that. We have a longstanding relationship. You know, we are a manufacturing state. We're an agricultural state. We make things, we grow things, we process them, and we want to sell them around the world. So we want those markets to be open. As it relates to Canada, too, we get a lot of our energy from Alberta that comes through the Sinova refinery up in Superior. So that has another important aspect from our perspective here in Wisconsin, both products and energy.
Is this in part uncharted territory as we sit here today, just in terms of the rapid fire and the changes we're seeing sometimes day to day on what tariffs may be implemented or not?
Yes. In 14 years of doing this, I've never seen anything like it. It's, you know, each day it seems like there's another development and we have to try and figure out what's going to happen and how it's going to impact our members. It's really drinking from a fire hose right now, and we're not exactly sure what it all means.
And to that, Kurt, about 50% in your winter survey of business leaders said increased tariffs could have a negative effect on their businesses. What industries are we talking about there?
Well, it ranges. Each industry is going to be impacted a little bit differently. We talked a little bit about energy. If energy prices go up, pretty much everybody directly or indirectly is going to be impacted. You know, on the one hand, steel manufacturers and aluminum manufacturers in Wisconsin may benefit, but that could have an impact on auto manufacturing and construction. On agriculture, potash coming from Canada, that's a primary ingredient in fertilizers. That could have an impact. So it could be broad ranging. There will be some winners, there will be some losers. We're just not exactly sure how it's all going to pan out. It may take several months, but of course we might have more developments next week. You know, we've got the March 4th deadline coming up on the Canada and Mexico pause on the tariffs. We don't know what's going to happen.
I was going to say, you mentioned aluminum and steel. Some 26% said this could actually have a positive effect on them. What other industries and businesses would positively potentially impact here?
Well, companies that will be able to win business from companies that typically source product, components, raw materials from overseas that are impacted by the tariff. So if you're competing with one of those companies, you might be a winner in this tariff debate.
You talk about the uncertainty with these tariffs from day to day, week to week. How difficult is it, if at all, for you to pinpoint exactly how this will impact consumers across the state of Wisconsin?
Well, because it's a moving target, we're just not sure. As I said, I think it's going to be several months before we truly understand. There will be some unknown consequences, to be sure, in all of this. I think that by and large, our members are supportive of what the president is trying to accomplish to create free, fair, and reciprocal trade with other nations. We want to be treated fairly. We want to trade with the world, but we want to trade freely and fairly. And if they're imposing tariffs on us, I think the majority of our members want tariffs imposed until maybe we can compel them to bring them down and we can truly have free trade.
To be continued. Kurt Bauer, President and CEO of Wisconsin Manufacturers and Commerce. Hey, Kurt, thanks so much for your time.
My pleasure, Matt.
Up next, the big debate.